G'day guys, just wanted to make this video to go over all the weapon types in Die Inferno and how they work. I'll be going over 4 different things. Number 1, each weapon's basic attacks. Number 2, the special attacks also known as Deathblows, which consumes your rage gauge meter. Number 3, the weapon's counterattacks after a successful guard. And number 4, the guard breaks. Now there's something you need to know about guard breaks. This can only be done when you have 2 weapons equipped in both hands. And there's a special guard break attack which is different depending on the different weapon combinations you're running. So we currently have 15 weapon types in the game. If you combine them with another weapon including itself, there is a total of 120 different weapon combinations possible. I've done the hard work and tested every single combination of weapons in the game and documented everything in a public spreadsheet, which I've linked in my description and pinned comment of this video. The first half of the video I'll be talking about individual weapons' basic attacks, deathblows and counterattacks, and the second half I'll showcase all the unique guard break attacks based on the different weapon combinations. Alright, now that I've explained that, let's just jump straight into it. Alright, first starting with the arms weapon. Basic attacks lunge you forward and allows you to attack twice, with the second attack dealing more damage. The deathblow attack shoots a short range blast attack against the enemy to push them away. Also, if they're close enough to any walls, it will cause them to actually wall splat against it. And the counter attack fires a single hit into the enemy. I find this weapon is really nice and quick, especially if you want to close the gap with enemies, especially those that just keep moving around. Next up is the axe. The basic attacks do a 2-hit wide swing attack, and the deathblow puts your weapon into heat mode and increases the damage and range of your weapon. And the counter attack does 1 downward slash attack. Look, this weapon is awesome when it's in heat mode, with the damage it does and having that extra range. It just helps dish out some big damage without having to be completely up in their face. Now moving on to the bat. The basic attacks do a 2-hit attack that lunges you forward. The deathblow does a big swing attack that launches the enemy backwards. And the counter attack does a very swift attack to your enemy. The bat is an interesting one because the basic attacks are quick and close the distance, while the deathblow does the opposite and launches the enemy backwards. So the loop for this I personally feel like is that you gotta do basic attacks to close the distance and either use the deathblow to do some big damage or create some breathing room while launching them away to allow yourself to heal up again or get some more rage gauge meter. Next up is the Corrupted Fang. Basic attacks do a quick 3-hit attack which applies a status to your enemy called Corruption, which does dot damage. You'll see this poison icon show above the enemy, which has a bar that fills up or down depending on how much corruption you have applied to them. The deathblow sprays a continuous attack that applies corruption to the enemy, and you can move around while casting this attack. The deathblow however costs 2 rage gauge meter to do this, so if you were wondering why you couldn't do this before, it's because you need 2 rage gauges and there's a few ways of getting this. The easiest way is applying a core to your character when you unlock one. And the counter attack does a quick 2-hit attack that applies corruption. The Corrupted Fang is a decent weapon but not super strong by itself. It's 100% better if you have it running with another weapon. Apply some corruption to the enemy and then switch to a harder hitting weapon and then rinse and repeat. Now moving on to the Evil Rod. The basic attack does this charged attack which fires electricity into your enemy. It applies a status called Judgment on the enemy, similar to the corruption from the Corrupted Fang. But this time it works a bit different. What happens is that if you apply enough judgment to your enemy, they'll eventually have this electric explosion that happens to them and stuns them for a few seconds. Just be careful, don't get caught up in that explosion because it will damage you and stun you as well. The deathblow costs 2 rage gauge as well and fires a spirit attack that explodes on contact. And if it hits an enemy, it applies judgment as well. And the counter attack sprays the enemy and applies them with judgment. The Evil Rod is great when you master it. The judgment effect can come in handy to stun your enemies. The deathblow does need investment with the 2 rage gauges, and the basic attack does take some time to hit. So make sure if you're playing this one, you make some distance and move around a lot. Next up is the Fireworks Shooter. The basic attack shoots a firework into the floor and lingers there for a short period of time dealing damage. Just be careful as this can damage you too. The deathblow does this big AoE firework attack, and the counter attack drills the enemy in front of you dealing some damage. The firework attack comes in handy to block off pathways for enemies when you shoot them into the floor. This weapon really shines in tight corridors where you can just shoot off a firework into the floor and cause some grief. And it's best run as a support weapon, so switch to this to shoot off one of the fireworks and then switch to another weapon. Now moving on to the Greatsword. The basic attacks are 1 big swing which does a lot of damage. The deathblow does 2 big ground slam attacks but it needs 2 rage gauge meter to pull off. And the counter attack does 1 powerful slash attack. I honestly love this weapon. It's slow but the trade-off is some big damage. The deathblow does cost 2 rage gauge, however it does break enemies guard if you hit him with the second attack. Overall, a big damage dealer weapon. Next up is the hammer. The basic attacks doesn't have a limit of how many attacks you can do. You can keep chaining the attacks as much as you like. The deathblow fires a long range small tornado attack, and the counter attack is a single wide attack. This is another awesome weapon guys. The basic attack just lets you chain an infinite attack. With some enemies, you can just spam them with the basic attack until you kill them, and the long range deathblow attack does come in handy when you need to hit an enemy that's hard to catch. Next is the Katana. The basic attacks are a 2-hit attack that lunges you forward. The deathblow does a powerful spinning slash attack that also lunges you forward, and the counterattack does a downward slash attack. Overall, the Katana does some nice damage, and the deathblow is awesome when you're just getting mobbed by a bunch of enemies. It allows you to just deal with multiple threats at the same time a lot better than most weapons can. Now moving on to the magnetic staff. The basic attacks do a 3-hit combo that inflicts the judgment status, which is the electricity explosion one, the same as the evil rod weapon. The deathblow does this AoE magnetic field attack which pulls any enemy nearby into you, and the counter attack does an attack stepping backwards while also applying judgment. Look guys, this weapon is an awesome support weapon. If you're rocking this with another weapon, you can use the deathblow to pull enemies who are annoying to catch and then just attack with your other weapon, and having that judgment status effect is an extra bonus. Next is the Odachi. The basic attacks are a 2-hit wide attack. The deathblow does a powerful slash attack, but it does something unique where it actually absorbs the enemy's rage gauge when hit, and the counterattack does 1 wide slash attack. Besides the Odachi just looking badass, the deathblow is where this shines. The ability to absorb rage gauge is really nice, especially if you're fighting a real player, as it can give you the upper hand in that fight. The damage this also pulls off is really nice too. Next up is the Propeller Edge. The basic attack does this long reach single attack that hits 3 times. The deathblow just launches your opponent away with a single attack, and the counter attack does 1 thrust attack. The Propeller Edge is an interesting weapon. Its long reach is similar to that of a spear in other games. You get the advantage of having this pokey weapon to chip away at your enemies, and you can just make distance by launching them with the deathblow attack as well. Now moving on to the rammer. The basic attacks places the rammer into the floor and does an AoE attack. The deathblow is also unique because once you activate it, you have to mash the attack button to keep the combos going for the deathblow attacks, otherwise it will just end prematurely. So if you were wondering why this was barely doing anything before for you, this is why. And the counter attack does a multi-hit ram attack to your enemy. This weapon is good for dealing with multiple enemies and pretty much creating a bit of a bubble around you, where if anyone gets inside your range, you just hit them with this weapon. It needs good timing to pull this off, so if you get that down packed, you'll enjoy this weapon. Next is the sealed portrait. The basic attacks is unique for this one as it doesn't work the same way as other weapons. This is essentially a parry shield that revolves around counter attacks. So if you press the basic attack button, you hold up your shield for a small window of time, and if that enemy hits you in that small window, you do a counter attack. Same with the deathblow. If they hit you during the deathblow, you do a counter attack. But I found if they don't hit you during this as well, you still let off an attack. And the counter attack itself shoots tentacles into your enemy. This weapon is of course a support weapon. Run this on one of your hands and use it to counter attack. If you love parrying and counter attacks, then you will absolutely love this weapon. Next is the wheel blade. The basic attacks do a 2-hit attack that lunges you forward. The deathblow does a long range projectile attack, and the counter attack is a multi-hit shred attack. I really like this weapon. It's surprisingly quick to attack with, and the long range deathblow attack just comes in handy, especially to deal with ranged enemies. Overall, it's a solid weapon. And last but not least, we have the unarmed fists. There is no fist weapon items, this is just when you have a weapon unequipped. The basic attacks are a 2-piece combo hit, the deathblow is a Superman punch, and the counter attack is an uppercut attack. Look, this is self-explanatory. Use this if you're in a desperate situation or if you're on a masochist challenge run such as a fists only run. Alright guys, now that I've gone over all the individual weapon types in the game, I'll be going over the guard breaks. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, there's 120 different weapon combinations in the game, and all those 120 different combinations fit into only 15 different guard break attack types that exist. So let's just jump into the 15 different guard break attacks now. Alright, first combo has 12 different weapon combinations. This does a powerful 2-hit wide attack combo. Each attack moves you a bit forward with it as well, while also pushing the enemy back with it. The second combo has 8 different weapon combinations. It does a 2-hit wide swing and a lunge attack. Great for closing the distance with an enemy. The third combo has 12 different weapon combinations. It does a 2-hit wide swing and slash attack. Very similar to the previous combo, but instead of the lunge you do this downward swing for the second attack. Fourth combo has 10 different weapon combinations. It does a 3-hit flurry attack. It's very quick, and the third attack makes some distance by pushing the enemy a little backwards too. The fifth combo has 12 different weapon combinations. It does an attack while your character steps backwards and then shoots a projectile forward. Perfect for making some breathing room and catching enemies off guard. The sixth combo has only 3 different weapon combinations. You go into this sprinting rush mode like a meteor and can do a continuous run until you hit an enemy. It's perfect for either closing the distance, getting somewhere faster, or simply just running away. The 7th combo has 6 different weapon combinations. You charge and fire this large projectile attack. This is very strong guys, you can use it as a long range attack and turn some harder fights into an easier fight. This would be a challenging one to come across in PvP as well, especially if you use right. The 8th combo has 6 different weapon combinations. It does one large slash attack pushing enemies backwards. If you hit an enemy near a wall, it will wall splat them as well. The 9th combo has 6 different weapon combinations. It does this one powerful Grand Slam attack, great for some AoE damage, especially if you have a few enemies in front of you. The 10th combo has 6 different weapon combinations. It does a powerful spinning attack that can come in clutch, especially when surrounded by enemies. The 11th combo has 9 different weapon combinations. It does a powerful wide swing attack, does some good damage while also clearing any enemy in front of you with this horizontal slash attack. The 12th combo has 9 different weapon combinations. It does one powerful wide swing double slash attack. It does high damage but a bit slower to attack with. Perfect if you time it right. The 13th combo has 6 different weapon combinations. You run into the enemy similar to the 6th guard break attack where you were continuously running, but this time it's not continuous, it does expire quicker, and you also hold your weapon out to attack at the same time when running. Perfect for closing the distance or making distance, whichever one. The 14th combo has 9 different weapon combinations. This one is pretty cool. It shoots a projectile into the floor and that projectile moves forward, dealing continuous damage. Great for narrow areas to put a choke on some enemies. And last but not least, the 15th combo has 6 weapon combinations. This one shoots a projectile into the air and then attacks the enemy with it, pushing them backwards. Just be careful when you do this attack because you do step forward while attacking, and just make sure you get a bit of distance while doing this. Otherwise you'll be caught with your pants down. And that's pretty much it, guys. I've got the link to the spreadsheet in the description and pinned comment on my video if you want to check it out. And please do subscribe and check out my channel for more gaming content, and hope to catch you in my next video. Cheers, guys.